Why are my worms running out of my bed? So welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. Real quick video, guys, on what is causing these worms to come out of this bed. I can tell you by looking as soon as I pull back the blue tarp. Do you see the moisture content back here? It's winter, way too much moisture. So if you look across the bed over there, you can see the worms are doing the exact same thing. The quickest, easiest way to correct the moisture level in this bed is for me to add some dry peat moss. Now don't use it very often, but I will use it when things like this happen. So I keep some on hand. It's winter time. I really don't feel like going outside and digging up a whole bunch of leaves. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add the peat moss. You can see I've already started in areas like this. I'm gonna add that peat moss and I'm just gonna gently mix it in. What this is gonna do is it's gonna absorb all that extra moisture that I'm having, and it's gonna encourage my worms to go back because I'm gonna feed them at the same time. Not only will I add the dry peat moss lightly on top, like I did here, and just gently work it in, I'm going to add a couple more layers of cardboard. Do you guys see the worms in here? They really, really like the cardboard. They're eating it. So cardboard is not only a bedding, it is also considered a food source. And that is a really important thing. If you're living somewhere where your worms are going to get cold, the temperature is going to drop below freezing, cardboard is a great insulator. Now, here's some tips on how you can get free cardboard. Go up to your dollar store, your local grocery stores, ask them for cardboard, okay? So my husband, he just called. We were chatting. He was doing a run for work. You see the worms? And I told him what I was doing. And he said, go ahead, add more cardboard, Sam. It's that time of year. Now you can tell right here, the temperature in this bed is less than 50 degrees. Now these beds are in a shop. They're double insulated in the sense that I cover the bottom, I cover the top, and then I add the cardboard on the inside. And my worms are still trying to vacate. This feels really, really cool to the touch. You don't want that. Okay, so your beds have to stay a certain temperature for them to continue to eat. Now you can see where I fed them last. And as we dig through this, look at the worms in that. So my worms are doing well. Nice size, got some movement still, but I'm going to need to up my game on putting in stuff in here to dry it out a little. It's like I said, it's a little damp. They don't like it. You can see they're simply just trying to get out of the moisture. So you don't want your beds wet. You don't want your beds dry. You want them moist. So I hope this video helps. I know it's short, but I have a lot of work to do in these worm bins before church tonight. And I really just wanted to show it to you guys, what we're dealing with even here at Starkey Farmstead. This end down here is a little drier. Still have a lot of worms in it. Make sure you're getting your cardboard in here, guys. All right, on the bottom and on the top. I promise you, it makes all the difference in these winter months for your worms, okay? It's gonna help insulate them. If you have some wet spots and some dry spots, mix your beds up with your hands. That's something I think a lot of people just don't do. They don't get out here and they don't mix these beds up. And you really need to, all right? You really do. You gotta get the moist areas spread out into the more dry areas so that your worms are not trying to leave your beds. It's not normal. I know a lot of people say, I put lights around my beds. You don't need all that, all right? If your beds are good, your worms will not try to leave like mine are doing right now. So that's my biggest indicator that there's a problem here. Pay attention. When your worms are indicating, hey, the environment we're living in is not a good one, and they're trying to leave, you need to change your bed, all right? Whether that's adding dry material, whether it's adding more food, whether it's adding moist material, or it's getting the temperature of the bed to rise. And you can do that simply by layering it with new cardboard. So I hope this video helps. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Some of the things we're gonna feed these worms today: coffee grounds, grits, eggshells. Guys, they need that. They love coffee grounds, but please make sure that your coffee grounds have been brewed. Otherwise, they are too acidic. You'll raise the acidity in your bed, and your worms will leave then too. So it's kind of like trying to work out a puzzle, a maze, to figure out how to keep your worms happy and not doing what you see my worms doing here.